Good morning, everybody. Now, yesterday I thought the winter Baby Kale would be sulking after its transfer and transplant into the Slug Fort 2.0, but it's not. You're not, are you? I don't think they are. I'll ask them. No, we're not sulking, we're happy! But I know who won't be happy, not 100% happy, with me. The plot inspectors. So I need to get some more tidying up done this morning, which we are going to be doing. We'll have a good mooch around and we'll get everything looking a bit more shipshape and Bristol fashion for the plot inspectors, and for me as well, and Helen. I'll get some more tidying up done. Midden. Although a load of stuff got cleared from there yesterday, it's still messy up here, so I'm going to continue on with that and clear out as much as I can. That old framing there, I'm going to leave up at the top, so if anybody wants it, they can have it up from up at the top shed. I'll leave it there. I'll have to lash it together with something so it doesn't get blown away and what have you, but yeah, I'm going to do that. And then all the rest of it's going to be stored away, get it behind the shed there. That's the 4mm clear twin wall polycarbonate timber greenhouse that I made. And this is going to be the dumping area, I think, until spring when I can get everything else sorted out. But the stuff I'm going to be keeping, I'm going to be storing behind there. So all of these water pipe tubes, any timber that I can find, all these pots and things want to get put away. Any ones that are knackered and broken, I don't think that's looking too clever. They're going to be shipped off to the tip, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Alright, boys and girls, there's a few bags of horse shizzle there. Now, I'm not going to be putting that on any of the beds at the moment because all the beds are kind of sorted in the way that I want them at the moment, but that's going to be added to the compost heap, so I'll get on with that now. I'll get them into the compost heap. That's the Compost Corral. But it needs sorting out, it needs reinforcing and sorting out that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of sort of infill wood staves, panels, whatever you want to call them, to cover up the ends of these. These are obviously pallets, so I'm going to cover those ends up, and then I'm going to put a retaining wall about 18 inches along that bottom, and then I'm going to replace that frontage, that sort of removable frontage piece on it. I'll show you. Rather than talking, it's better off showing you, really, isn't it? Right, so I've just cut a couple of lengths of 4x2 there, which is this stuff. I'm going to mark on there 2 points where that's going to fall, because I want to screw that into the... Okay, so that's going to be about 1.5 inches in, and I would say about 1.5 inches in, and it's going to be there. And right, let me just mark it on that, so I know where that's going to fall. That's going to be... Hang on, let's get it right, this. I'll tell you what, I'll put it on and then I'll show you. Okay, so I've put starter holes in to where we're going to need to screw through and hit the timber, the 3x2 timber, which is behind, yeah? Alright, so I've put a couple of screws in, started them off there already. They're going to be screwed through and fix into the 3x2 behind. That's all we're doing. Right, I need some washers so that when I do the screwing, I don't over penetrate with the screws, and I don't have any washers. But these are like plastic tiles that were on the underside of this board when I fixed it, and they're peeling away, as you can see now there. So I've cut those, and we're going to be using them as the washers. All right. Now the reason I wanted the washers is so that the screw head doesn't sink into the timber and then get lost, because these are going to have to be removed and replaced probably about once a month as we turn the compost over. So we'll have to take those panels off to do that, to fork it all over. So we don't want those screw heads sinking into the wood and being irretrievable, if you like. So we needed washers for that. We didn't have any washers, so I've used those plastic tiles. It's just done the same job, really. And it's on there. I haven't cut it to size because, I mean, we're not building the Taj Mahal, are we? But I've certainly straightened up those sides, those ends, and they're more or less vertical now, whereas the barrel, the water barrel was pushing it all that way before. So the barrel's come out. Where is the barrel? There. That's going, that barrel. It's going to be made into planters. It's going to be made into carrot barrel. A carrot planter. God, I can't speak. It's very cold today and wet and miserable and rubbish. So it's not the Taj Mahal we're building. We're building something for practicality there, and that's just to keep in the compost, the materials for the compost inside there and let them rot down. That's what was originally on the front of it, but it was too heavy and was falling off. So that I'm going to be putting on top of that corral, and I'm also going to be replacing the plastic on top of the material that's already in there. I mean, it's getting there, that now, but it just needs another forking over. I forked it over today, but about once a month I'm going to continue to do that. And over the next sort of 3 or 4 months, hopefully, when I put that, I'm going to put the manure in now, and then when the manure's in, I'll level it off, first, put the manure on top and just keep forking it over once a month. And then by sort of like when we need it in March, April time, it should be good to go. But yeah, it's just a bit of a tart up on that. That's been in for a couple of years, really. That's been in about 3 years, I bet now, that. You know, and old Father Time does take his toll, so you need to sort of refit and repair as you need. That was always too heavy for the front. It was always falling off. But that should do a better job of it now. As you can see, the sides we've left sort of open at the sides, so aeration can get in there. You can get the air coming through. The more you stack them up, these, we need to get some carbon material in, really, to get it kind of going hot. But anyway, that's a story for another time. But you do need aeration in the soil as well, into the compost. You need to get air in there. It's an aerobic setup you want. You can do anaerobic, but it's probably a combination of the two. That it does work though. I mean, like I say, it's been in a couple of years, and I keep turning it over. We've already had about six bags of compost out of it. We just keep. This is a slow burner, really. This just keep it going, keep it topped up, and that's the quality of the soil when it comes out. Real black and rich, but a bit heavy. So we have to lighten it a bit. That. With the vermiculite, because it is quite heavy but very rich and nutritious. Horse manure is good, contains a lot of macronutrients and micronutrients which are good for the soil and good for the plants, but it does take a while to rot down. So we're going to leave that in there for about 3 or 4 months. We're also going to be adding in there some greens in the form of the kitchen scraps. So any vegetable matter that we create when we're doing the cooking at home, that's going to go in there. We're probably going to be throwing in the straw as well, and the rabbit droppings from Daisy. Rabbit droppings are going to be going in there. Shredded paper will go in there, and it'll all rot down over time. It's not really a hot process, this one. It's not really a hot composting process, but you will get some heat, hopefully, building up. The higher the stack goes, the more heat builds up in the central mass, and it starts the bacterial processes. It increases the bacterial breakdown of your compost medium. And that's why I used to see the steam rising off dung piles and what have you back in the day. That's the same sort of principle. Hopefully that'll start heating up and do the same thing, and it'll break down quicker. But compost will happen eventually. Muck bags moved and mischief managed. That's all gone from there. So yeah, the carrot planters that we're making out of the water butts, 22 inches high. The reason they're 22 inches high is because the carrot root fly, the female carrot root fly, hovers above the ground. It doesn't tend to go above about 20-21 inches high. It's a hoverer, and it hovers about along the surface looking for carrots. So the higher that you can get them, the better. And also, because of the depth of that, when the taproot comes out from the carrot, the long taproot is what you want. You want the long taproot to go down, and so you get long, straight carrots. And so the deeper you can get your container, the better, really. Obviously, there's a special carrot mix that you use, which we haven't perfected yet, but we're learning. And we're learning from our mate there, Terry King, at Allotment Gardening on a Budget. Check him out. The link will be in the description below to what Terry does. He's a long man, a long grower. He likes the big veg, Terry. And so yeah, he'll use a full water butt, you know, to grow his parsnips and carrots in. But we don't have the facilities that he's got round where he lives, where there's a massive growing population of marijuana horticulturalists, and they dump a lot of compost at the side of the A roads, and Terry picks it up. We're not so lucky around here, unfortunately, so we're going to have to use our own compost, obviously, and our own growing medium for it. But he does special mixes with his carrots. In fact, I'm going to have a look when I get back myself today. But I'll be putting the link in the description below to Terry King's channel, and I heartily recommend that you go and check him out. He's brilliant, brilliant, Terry. Really good grower, really innovative. There's always something going on down at his plot. Or should I say plots, Terry. I think he's got 3 plots down there in the Midlands. So yeah, check him out, Terry King, Allotment Gardening on a Budget, I think it's called. It'll be in the link below, it'll be in the description below, there'll be a link to it. And yeah, if you're a newbie or an intermediate or even an advanced grower, you'll learn a lot from Terry King. Alright, there's your shout out, mate. I know you probably weren't expecting it, but you've got one. See you in a bit. So there's Terry, that's Terry King. I'll put the link in the description below so you can flip across and check him out. Tell him I said hello and sent you over, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. He's a good one. So yeah, because we're reusing, repurposing, there's not that much to recycle today apart from that little lot. And so they're going to be going down to the tip. Wish us luck. Don't want to be waiting for another hour like we were yesterday. Okay. I was only a quarter of an hour at the tip today because it's Monday. We hope that you're still enjoying the show. If you do like us, please comment, like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, hit the bell notification and all button so you don't miss another exciting episode with us down on the Little Farmer's Farm. Please go and check Terry King out. He's brilliant. And once again, we love you all. Mwah! Stay beautiful, San Diego. And we'll catch you next time. All right. Bye-bye, boys and girls. Keep growing with your heads down.